going on, everyone? Welcome back. We're here on the Western bracket. Winner semifinal matchup between Sharp and Best Ness, Armada's own, who's not he's not beating around the bush. Pun intended with the Piranha Plant that he brought out last week. He's going straight for Ness. Frank, what if you were trying to say something, but then I said you're muted?
I would say that's unfortunate.
Arsene is available now for Sharp. Best Ness is one of the most creative users of PK Thunder, in my opinion. Always something you gotta watch out for.
It's not to the fact that you're just tacking on damage. He always wants either a throw or another fair or some sort of conversion. Just outspace the dash attack, but no punish to be landed that left him just short of that forward smash.
Oh no! I did not see that happening quite like that. And I don't think I'm alone, as Sharp definitely stood there and put that to the face. I thought he was about to forward smash. Then I learned.
PK Thunder 2, I thought he was going to the ledge as well, but actually went past the ledge this time. Sharp catches him out. Best Ness has to get creative with his recovery and got stuffed out. Sharp
now that was an interaction.
Love that decision, especially knowing that you're at low percent. Even if you miss the tech, it's not going to cost you your stock.
Say thanks for the heal, buddy. Sharp gets around that with a well-timed air dodge. Drop in up air into the grab.
Brilliant stuff from Best Ness, and has him off stage again. A-Hop to protect himself, but this time Sharp finds the grab.
Yeah, I like the aggressive options we're seeing Sharp go for with the edge guarding. Just make sure you respect the character you're up against, because these aerials hit pretty hard.
There as well as Best Ness just zooming around. Such a difficult character to hit.
Best Ness using the third jump that is Ness's air dodge. It's got to be the longest air dodge in the game.
I believe it is.
Oh!
To the up tilt as well. Best Ness not even carrying the Rebellion gauge is past full at this point.
Down smash, unable to guard the ledge. Dash attack gonna get shielded up. Forward throw option this time. I want to stale out that kill throw. A Randy up to hello?
Oh, goodbye. Threw out that PK Thunder in the S shape.
Bro. This is a best of 5. Now, Bronk, if that happened to you, would you seem upset?
Would. I've seen it before from other players. You know, I'm living in a couple regions where you have Ness players like Loomray and Atata go for that type of mix-up. It's something you have to be familiar with, and I think Sharp has definitely seen it before. Probably just overestimated rather, the amount of time he had left to drop shield and go for a grounded punish.
So in short, you've been there.
I've been on the receiving end of that, yes.
You've emotionally processed how real that gets.
Well, I got some Vietnam flashbacks from that, don't worry.
2 stocks got picked up that way. And we're going to see the switch over to Zero Suit Samus. I didn't see much value netted out of the Arsene. Some of the edge guarding felt a wee bit suspect. If anything, the added evasiveness of pivoting over to Zero Suit Samus will get him out of some of the problems of the PK Thunder, but that is a very hard character to hit with a landing there, Zero Suit Samus.
Such a thin hitbox and a lot of evasive movement options. Not only with the best ground acceleration in the game, up B, down B. He can do to just make her hard to hit as well. Bestness just running into Sharp's shield.
Said it with his chest. He is not scared. Creative use of the PK Thunder to cover the return to the ledge. PK Fire is going to get missed. Yeah, like, conceptually, I like the Zero Suit Samus change. Finds the up special. I just feel like he's going to have a real hard time hitting a small character in this.
Up smash kind of missed, but a bit late to drop down from the platform. F smash in the wrong direction. Back in time.
Forward tilts from Sharp, trying to keep Bestness honest, but the magnet in the... Like, what do you do about that? Besides jump off the Angel platform on your new stock. I guess that...
Being that consistent with the magnet drag down up as you turn into back throw is just an art, and Bestness truly has it down. Like, he hits those at a rate I've never seen any other Ness player do before. This time goes beneath himself with the PK Thunder. Not sure if that was intentional.
Yeah, Bestness is one of those Ness players where it's like he does something like that to you. He's one of the few Ness players I'm like, all right, that was pretty cool. Most of the time I'm just like, I don't like this.
Yeah. Well, there's no shame in losing to, you know, a player who manages to make the character work so well to his playstyle, who gets results like these, outranges that tether grab as well.
Drop down. It's a fair one into the fair chain. Sharp Sony's got some solid confirms himself.
Despite all that Sharp managed, oh, well. Get up option, probably not the choice.
Nothing's free out here and getting back to neutral against Bestness, apparently. Neutral Air is going to catch the magnet attempt. PK Fire gets shielded up. Sharp gets called on a neutral get up. Just trying to find consistent offense. Isn't too far out of this game by any means.
That crouch not going to protect him from the telegraph.
Solid edge guard with the fair, but oops! Bonks his skull off the stage. And if you listen closely, you can hear Sharp say, oh, if this was offline, I'd take that.
I was going to ask the question of how Bestness would ever pick an angle that would allow him to make it back, but Sharp not even giving him the opportunity to answer.
Cause like you could feel the momentum Sharp was starting to gather. It was like he was landing these forward airs. He punished the air dodge back to the ledge. It was like, okay, like he's starting to do. Oh, he just popped his head off the stand. Never mind. Oh, never mind. He's dead.
3, 2, 1, go!
Bestness showing a bit of leg with the down tilt. The down throw. His down tilt's cracking me up. I don't know why. I think Sharp has learned his lesson. He's like, I'm just gonna chill right here.
Look at how much he's playing this so conservatively, not even challenging that. Bestness able to pick Thunder Rocket out of danger.
I really feel like Bestness is just ducking to make the hurt box that much smaller.
I think that's exactly what he's doing.
I'm telling you, I was surprised to see the switch to zero because Ness is hard to hit with landing neutral air. It's not impossible, but it's just hard.
He's gonna try it again. Or he's just out of there.
Like, he's trying these rising fairs and they're going right over that ginormous head of Ness's. The accuracy of his offstage fairs is very crisp, though.
Split kick on the shield, though, easily punished by Bestness. Sharp has him underneath the platform, but that up smash just wasn't fast enough.
Tried to catch him with the side V as well. Bestness throwing out hitboxes to cover the retreat to neutral. It's an unfair. I really feel like he baits people with that PK cross. It's just like, oh, he did his move, there's an opening. Actually, there's a lot less in lag on it than you might think.
Actually, just managing to phase through with that. Pops himself up, but right into the boost kick.
What?
I see you, Sharp. See, he does stuff like that, and I'm like, all right, I get why he switched to Zero Suit Samus.
I mean, the pieces are all there. He's just not managing to string together the right decisions at the right time. But you can see how a perfect execution of Sharp's game plan could work against Bestness. He's just unable to even get that goal.
Sharp looking to mix up the tempo of the game, just takes that slow walk forward. Checking him with forward tilts, gets the tether grab. Sharp has to be very careful here because the wrong move, that's a drag down up air, magnet, all kinds of shenanigans, and suddenly he's back thrown into losers.
Entire time, Sharp's just going to use the flip kick to get back to a favorable position.
Perfect placement of the PK Fire almost gives Bestness the opportunity he's looking for.
But
I thought he was going for the down smash. I'm like, this is the potential opportunity.
we actually see a rare miss on that drag down up air. Yeah. I can't blame Sharp for wanting no part of that.
Unable to pick up stock number 2 at that up special. Close as it was. Bestness really mixing up the timing, using the magnet right before finally using the PK Thunder return to the stage. What is happening? I feel like Bestness is saying, all right, you're doing some weird... Oh, no! I thought he was saying, you're doing some weird stuff here in neutral, so I'm just gonna kind of wait. But actually, no, he was just... That kid's head is so big.
You know what's so strange is that I thought he was perfectly set up to take that via the boost kick, and then he just rolled outwards for what I'm struggling to even come up with a justification for that. The kill was right there. This is a Bestness with years of end lag to contend with, and you just said, "Nah, I don't want my stocks handed to me.
He's like,
I want to work with them."
Just opted out. Like we were talking about over the course of that series, I understand the switch to Zero Suit Samus in that there were some genuine flashes of brilliance, like the flip kick way up off stage shocked me. Some of the offstage spacing of the forward air, like you can tell he plays the character very well. It's just in that immediate matchup, a huge part of Zero Suit Samus's neutral game is being able to apply pressure with landing neutral airs. Whether that's landing that and going into a jab, if someone tries a shield grab, or just moving away. But if you're not landing that because the hurt box of your opponent is just that small, a lot of her game plan just kind of falls apart.
To be perfectly honest, considering that Sharp was stuck in shield for a while, I wouldn't be surprised if that was just a buffered option that he wasn't intending. But in the end, Bestness just to have the presence of mind to even go for that, knowing that on paper, offline, that roll outwards is always going to be the wrong option. To attempt to cover that space with the second PK Thunder 2 is it just takes a level of awareness that I don't think many people possess.
I agree. Bestness, you should have a counter on your stream every time you like just to count how many stocks you take with PK Thunder. Like it doesn't look fair. It doesn't look fair. But we're moving on. Zero to None Zelda back at it again.
These plays we saw earlier on in the Eastern bracket.
Goblin trying their hand here in the West bracket. Think he can do some real work in this matchup. Again, though, we might be looking at a Zero to None who's gone through a bit of a renaissance from what we saw last week. This play really impressed me when we saw him earlier. Let's see if he's able to keep that momentum going.
If I recall correctly, it was actually Zero to None who eliminated Goblin from losers in the Eastern bracket, so Goblin may be entering Benjamin's mind.
Spicy. Do not browse at that ledge against Zelda. Take it from a guy who knows. Goblin.
Ending up the hard way there. Goblin going in with that jab, but again, with the Phantom being present, didn't have the space to attempt a fair or bear afterwards.
Zero to None's gotten himself into some trouble earlier tonight with this up special return to stage.
Ending up here from Goblin. Putting Zero to None at 131 and just went too low. Pineapple himself.
Pokemon Stadium 2, by the way. Air dodge gets him out of the Din's fire. He waits out the night. Smartly so. He's like, when you're done playing with all these props, you can get back to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Off stage, caught that Din's fire. Thankfully, didn't use his jump.
Goblin seizing that moment to jump in there and get the hit while the in lag was a thing. Unfortunately, leaps into a forward smash. Zero to None was at 45.9. Imagine. Suddenly we have an even game after a wild set of circumstances.
I don't think we have to imagine. We just saw it right there. We've been seeing it time and time again from how, you know, Goblin is aggressive. He is in your face. He's unafraid. Perhaps to a fault.
Inspire. Goblin's been doing a really good job for the most part of getting out of these zoning options and also finding moments where you can get a hit in while this knight is getting charged up.
Shield's gonna push him away, so not enough time to go for that. That was the air dodge, but the jump killed, both of which are gonna be easily put into the reach of Zelda.
That light chortle from Zelda, it's tough, man. That can be the rough part about playing a close quarters character with no projectiles to speak of. It's just like, if you don't get in, it can kind of look like that sometimes. All the same, Zero to None going up one game over Goblin. Guinness is winner semi, so it'll be another best of 5. The winner of this will face Best Ness in the winners final. What's the other? Does Goblin plays another character every now and again, right? Am I correct?
Strong, but I don't know if that's necessarily different enough.
Croy. Right.
3, 2, 1, go!
Armored frames, by the way.
Of course, for this uneven stage, going to be interesting to see how both players adapt to perhaps the strange way in which Phantom might occupy certain spaces.
I just got kicked out of the game, so.
Ah. Still in as well.
Well, rip me.
Out for 0 to none. Goblin going high, so manages to escape. That didn't fire. Only got the first couple of hits of Double Edge Dance there, but that's really brave fair. Just want to chop, but the air dodge in. 0 to none's just gonna hand the stock to him.
Yeah, it looked like
That's
Goblin was
more
trying to
than-
like force the issue by going off stage when it's just like, well, what? If you stand there, you just get a forward tilt for free. So
Sometimes you just walk into it.
I'm pretty sure 0 to none wasn't teabagging just there. He was just testing out his left control stick.
Only connecting 2 hits of Double Edge Dance this time. Again, the Phantom has been the spoiler of the night.
You know, Goblin's used to getting like 5 forward airs off of that neutral air instead. Neutral B is a thing.
Jared this time putting 0 to none at 77.
Up special past the ledge, cheeky option. Oh. Everybody's getting a lead out here. Someone loses a stock, there's generally a response within seconds.
Where's that down tilt leading into the lightning kick?
The slant of the stage probably further facilitated that.
Again, gonna connect onto 0 to none.
A lot of the times Goblins seem to find his opening is when this knight comes out way too close to him. Oh, ooh.
Now,
Ooh.
Like it hurt.
Gonna have to agree with you there.
I mean, it's not a stage you see every day, so, you know, the blast zone's probably not the most talked about, but those are narrow on the sides, and I think Goblin fully aware of that when he decides to pick that, knowing that he can sort of throw him out at 70, and 0 to none at the very least has to respect it.
I mean, when you're killing Zelda on Pokemon Stadium 2 at 45.9, you go to a stage like that, and it's like, yeah, I could have a pretty good time here. Definitely get the strategy there. I really think that 0 to none needs to hold off on the knights when he's within jumping fair range. Because it just seems like whenever he starts to charge it up, it's more a green light for Goblin to go in and get a hit. And he's coming in high, so it's not even like the quick release of the knight would sufficiently cover him on that. And it just feels like whenever Goblin's trying to find a way in, he's like, I'll just be patient and wait for this knight to come out, and I'll just punish that. This is the West tournament. The East tournament is finished up, and with the Grand Finals resets, but Wrath was able to take it over his regional rival, Cola.
3, 2, 1.
All knotted up at a game apiece in this best of 5. The edge in the middle of that jab.
Curious stage selection. I'm guessing Zero to None just wants to really punish the return to stage and have a solid advantage. In most cases, having this close quarter stage against Roy is asking for trouble.
It's a fair point. Obviously, at the same time, a lot of what Zero to None was getting burned by was Goblin's high recoveries. And in a stage such as this, where you don't necessarily have the same range between the platform and the ledge, you might have to think twice about going for that mix-up.
Oh, yeah. Forward smash goes the wrong way, tries to cover with the neutral B, but by the end of the exchange, Goblin shows Zero to None what his forward smash looks like.
They're up special. Fighting, just staying on the stage level, not even attempting to jump to the platform.
Drop through the platform, gets the up air. That point blank Ben's fire, what is a bit of spaghetti, I believe, is what we're witnessing here.
I think Goblin actually meant to throw that first one out in the other direction, trying to rectify his error, but we get the
no.
shield break.
The delete key. Not the first time we've seen Roy choke up on the bat tonight.
A lot better from Goblin now.
He didn't have to do the turnarounds and kind of style it. Well, maybe he did.
The move kills at 0. I don't think he needed to do any of that.
Didn't he though? Up special, not gonna connect for Goblin. Up tilt's trying to catch the landing. Forward smash goes the other way. It feels like the past 2 minutes have featured both players just attacking the wrong way.
Yeah, Goblin in particular is sort of flailing off into the space where he thinks Zero to None is going to be, and Zero to None not necessarily always going there, but it's not as if Zero to None has been immune from swatting away the air.
Now the true battle begins.
Hey Broncopolis, Roy has some kill power, man. Did you know that?
I think we've all been acquainted with that right now.
Seems like a pretty decent character. That can be the relentless pressure that Roy brings to the table. You drop in with a fair, cancel the animation with a jab. It's just like, well, when do I get to play? Didn't see the knight as much that game. I think that was a sound adjustment given the stage, but I think both players can stand to tighten up some of their inputs.
That was just a classic case of both players, making a lot of sort of missteps, and one of them ended up just another, for lack of a better word.
Solid combo to the tune of 41%. Gets the jab. And Goblin at the beginning of game 4 did a solid job of keeping 0 to none off the stage. Runs up, gets the grab through the knight. Not scared.
Phantom, 0 to none actually waiting for the full charge.
Oh, falling up air breaks the knight just in time. Had an opportunity there. 0 to none instead runs up and shields. Resets neutral. Nice swings through the stage. Nice timing there.
I'll be just a bit late on that F smash.
Yeah, you could see the moment where 0 to none was processing the spacing, and by the time he realized the opportunity was there, it was already too late. Now Goblin back playing the waiting game at the ledge. He's been getting a lot of his damage this stock doing exactly this.
It's the point where he can tech chase with that down tilt and has to find the kill another way.
Doesn't get the strong hit, but it might be enough. No, actually. Goblin gets back on.
Throw.
What? That was at 159.
159 plus some rage.
The fact that Roy has a throw that can kill it all and Falco's a character as they currently stand saddens me. Alright, what do we got here? Up throw. 0 to none's like, I got one too.
Down tilts onto shield. Instinctively, Goblin going for that up special, just missing.
Quick hit of the knight followed up by the neutral B is keeping Goblin on the ropes right now. Suddenly 0 to none has found his way back into the game. Grab might change the momentum though. Goblin misses the fair. Throwing out options. One is going to connect. Put 0 to none off the side. Ooh.
Oh! Okay. Out tilt into lightning kick. I like that double up tilt started off by the sour down air.
Dropped in up air. Comes back around. Gets the strong hit. I was about to say, there's no way that kills. I was worried. Roy or Goblin just exhibiting some patience. Waits for his opportunity. Sees it, runs up, gets the forward tilt. Suddenly he's the one with the momentum. Already at 40.5 on his third stock.
Double edge dance just continuing to harass 0 to none here.
Ooh.
Went above Nehru's love this time.
Hit him with the space jam, just dropped in with the down air. You don't see Roy's really go for down air in neutral too much. Kind of surprising me.
We got the spot dodge this time, found the grab. Goblin playing very hands-on with the buttons here.
Close quarters buttons being pressed for sure. Knight comes out, just misses Goblin. Excellent spacing there on his part.
Backwards that back here, not gonna connect. Jab is
That forward air almost connected and got the strong hit. Unfortunately, it was unable to do so, and that is how the cookie crumbles. It's going to be Goblin moving on. Good stuff from both players. That was 3-1. So now Goblin advances to face Best Ness. I think we'll continue to follow that thread, but I don't know. Just heard from production. That is the plan. I think we can keep rolling.
All right.
Goblin versus Best Ness. Now, what we saw earlier tonight out of Best Ness is that the PK Thunder shenanigans aren't quite shenanigans. Like those are tactical options that he's catching people with, and they're not ready for it. He has really solid confirms using the magnet, falling up air, things like that. Ness is a character in their own right, can just always have a hitbox ready. And that's kind of what Roy does too, to an extent. Only both of their ranges are pretty short. So I'm curious to see how this goes. I think Ness conceptually has to play more of a zoning kind of game against the Roy.
I think so. In this particular matchup, a lot of what we've seen against Best Ness facing the likes of Lucina and Crom in particular, where there is that evenness on the sword. We've seen him play from a distance, a bit more reserved, more liberal use of the PK Fire, which is a bit unusual for Best Ness, considering his personal play style. With Roy, it's a bit different because the hitboxes are closer to the hilt, so that might even just be extra incentive to stay back a little bit more.
Very true. Best Ness is in the lobby. I imagine Goblin will be on their way back. But yes, this will be winners finals. Given the caliber of players that these two are, I'm not surprised to see that they've made it this far winner's side. I don't know, like over that last series, we did see moments where Goblin slowed down his overall play and just kind of waited for his moment. But in this upcoming matchup, there isn't really like a night to wait for. I guess in terms of in lag, the biggest thing would be PK Fire, which I don't think Best Ness is going to be throwing that out just for giggles. So I think Ness's forward air is going to be a big part of neutral exchanges. Missed timings from Roy. It's like, oh, I can move in now, and then like neutral air hits him or something like that. I don't know. I really want to see how they handle playing up close.
Certainly, and if Goblin does decide to approach this a bit more grounded, which again could be counter-adjusted to by Best Ness throwing out a few more PK Fires, if he tries to go for tech chases off of down tilts or perhaps early grabs, there is that counter adjustment that could always come out. Depending on the stage, we could see it more or less. If he goes for combo starters off of aerial maneuvers, Nair 1, landing up air, tomahawk grab even, then we could see counter adjustments where Best Ness goes for rising fair or even Nair to stuff him out. Even PK Thunder if he's feeling confident.
And I have a feeling there's going to be a measure of confidence on display here. The magnet's also going to be a big part of this, I feel. When you think about Roy's neutral game and the overall tempo of his moves in terms of frame data and stuff, I think there are going to be a lot of instances where Roy moves in, ready to land a forward air or something, but the magnet kind of stuffs him out. So we're jumping into it. Winners finals, Best Ness taking on Goblin. Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
We'll start here on PS2.
Goblin ran him off the stage. You see that?
Did just burst into him.
There's that magnet. Lands right in the PK Fire. Got a little greedy on that forward smash charge.
I think he saw the opportunity at close range. Didn't even have to walk up to him to begin that attack.
Lands behind Goblin after going for that cheeky PK Thunder, trying to get another one on the old counter.
And this time,
See, stuff like that is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, Roy there is accustomed to landing those forward smashes, but the magnets, like, actually no.
It again, and I don't know if he was attempting to bait out the up special. He did, either way.
PK Fire keeping the return to the stage honest. Down smash. I'll wait. And suddenly we're looking at
a step back.
What? I genuinely don't know when I have ever seen Ness do a Joker impersonation. That was pretty wild.
Adds up. Oh my god, got the reset.
Oh my god.
Gone for perhaps something a bit juicier.
He has a family.
Oh, this might be the end.
Oh, we'd see a forward smash or something to that effect. But forward tilt, pushes Best Ness off to the side. Upside the Goblin situation is that he has full rage. If he can take stocks off of Zelda at 45, not out of the question at all for him to do something similar to this.
Pivot and that sour up air into the back air.
Great confirm.
Goblin has a bit of life, but that's going to be taken away by that Nair.
Oh, you got close to miss. Here is Vans. Oh, you got close. You thought you tried to play. You tried to play the game.
S's hitboxes up close, especially Nair and up air and even back air, are deceptively large. You don't see, a small circle centered at the player's wrist and think, oh, that's, the equivalent of a sword or an equivalent disjoint, but it actually does extend beyond Ness's limbs, and it covers the space beyond him. Not to the point where it's, it's of course angled slightly downward and upward on Nair, so it's not too much of a hassle if you're approaching from above, but if you're approaching from the side, it's a lot to deal with.
I agree. I mean, that last exchange right there really made me think that maybe Roy has a significant disadvantage in this matchup, because Nair out of shield is going to force a lot of different spacing in methodology to how Roy approaches the matchup. And Roy, as a character, doesn't really like spacing super far out because you're not going to have access to your strong hits as often.
Fundamentally, with those hitboxes in the hilt, Roy does not know the meaning of social distancing. Always wanted to say 6 feet and under.
It's just an extroverted, friendly guy. Jab combination connects. Pretty much an even game.
They back up right to the grab.
I think Best Ness wound that one up a bit too much. Almost had it. Surprise, Goblin held on to his shield that long. That was pretty cool. PK Fire into the downer.
Neutral air dodge from Best Ness.
A rare opportunity missed. Weak hit of up tilt. Goblin had to respect the range of that up smash, allowed Best Ness to get out of any kind of punish option, but a random up B.
Yep. PK Fire was still a threat for Goblin to land.
Imagine being a trained soldier with a sword, you're wearing full armor, and some little boy with a ginormous head and a yo-yo takes your stock.
Coward. Probably more of a threat than you know.
Yeah. Add another one. Woo! Goblin's got to get things going his way and do it quickly.
The magnet again goes in, stops short of the grab.
Ooh. Nice stall on a magnet. Gets around the invuln frames of the spot dodge. With grab leads into a PK fire. Bestness drops the shield and pays.
Looking doable for Goblin, actually. With a bit of rage,
especially on this stage.
Yeah, if you catch him towards the ledge, he might perish at about 45-50. Just have to avoid getting grabbed.
Crazy to think Bestness is 10% off from kill percentage.
He can connect the full hit of up air. Oh, he fell out again!
Could be a breakout moment here. Goblin needs to try to push Bestness over to the ledge. I think Bestness realized that, went for the roll right, gets the grab, and the yeet. Gonna have Bestness go up 2 games.
That had to be really nerve-wracking for Bestness because falling out of not 1 up air, but 2, especially at kill percent, even on a stage like Town and City with fairly high blast zones, I'm pretty sure both would have killed. No hesitation, right back into the next game.
Bestness won that game, already had the message waiting for him in Discord, run it back.
Run it back. Just have to picture it said with no emotion, like a quick turn of the head.
Run it back.
Run it back. You already know.
Bestness out here doing a Jigglypuff impersonation. Weak Fair sets up a spike onto the stage. No, his head shaped like a volleyball, but please. Uh-oh!
Oh, yuck!
A clash of wills. I love how both players just tried. They're like, yeah, let's see what happens.
I feel like there's just there's some sort of sensor in Bestness's head whenever he sees Goblin overcommitting to something that ledge, even if it's as small as like a down tilt. It's like, yep, this is my opportunity. This is my window. I'm gonna go right back.
Neutral air breaks up the potential aerial chain Goblin was trying to put together to further extend this lead, but again, he's finding value off of these down airs in neutral. He's getting a little froggy with these up specials though.
Having said that, Goblin's still enjoying a pretty considerable lead here. If he can get Bestness trapped at the ledge for a little bit longer, then find the stock.
Huh? These up air chains.
One rising, one falling.
Yeah, you don't get to take those on the chin at 140 as Ness.
Third up special in a row from Goblin.
Slightly askew timing from both players, but it's working out in favor of Goblin, who's going to lose his stock, but at the cost of Bestness losing his last. We are on to game 4.
It's not an option.
Yeah, it's a brilliant gambit actually going off stage. I think Goblin meant to counter it, but even in the absence of that, just shorting Best Ness's recovery is more than enough for him.
Yeah, when you have that extra stock to play with, why not? He wanted the run back. It looks like both players are content to just riding this one out and letting it rock on Town and City. Game number 4. Goblin's really starting to get his head around this matchup, it would seem. Again, the down airs in neutral were standout points to me.
Ness who's moving back and forth a bit more. Caught with a Yodo, is that the stop?
Oh no.
Technically a 0 to death, but...
What was that, 2 PK fires and a down smash?
Sometimes against a character with Roy's recovery, that's all it takes.
Did you know that Ness is a character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch?
And that's why so many of Ness's matchups are contingent on players having some sort of recovery option that can bypass the ledge, because you never want to deal with that. Or at the very least, a low ledge hand.
Ness looked like he was strolling around 1-it looking for that grab. It's an Earthbound reference. Ooh!
Oh
no! What just happened? Like, there was a successful spike off the stage, you didn't tech that, hee. And then Goblin said, well, I got your PK Thunder, thanks for saving me. Oh. There's only one parachute.
Yoinked out from under him. It's actually returning with that double edge damage.
Okay. It's getting some burst damage, but this is neutral air. Enough to stop that from happening any further. Best Ness poised to end this series right here, but we've seen plenty of burst offense and comeback potential from Goblin.
Rolls around this time, goes for that forward throw to get him off stage again. And just enough time to recover high because those platforms were going away.
Tries to get around the PK Thunder. Finds a way in over the PK Fire. Doesn't follow up. Not able to follow up after. I really like that decision to just go ahead and shield. I thought he'd be aggressive enough. Neutral air catches the jump. Tries to run off with the fair. Best Ness covering himself. And a return to the stage. Strong hit's probably in that stock. He actually comes away with it with the edge guard, and he's only down 98.7.
Yeah, had enough time to go for that second fair and already back into the grab.
He has to be real careful though. He loses one exchange, he's gonna be in back throw territory. That PK Fire might have put him over the edge, but here's the up air juggle. 61.7. What a tech!
This is again, he air dodges outward.
Hello?
He's living.
The DI of the gods. Best Ness still alive. There's the jab, there's the grab, there's the yeet.
Simple as
wow. What a game.
And we saw game 3 go down to the thinnest of margins, and we're seeing it again. These two have just a slugfest going between the two of them. Best Ness outspaced that interior hitbox on the neutral B, which probably could have ended it.
I bet you somewhere out there in Florida, Goblin's like, on Gob. I thought we were going to game 5. He should have been dead.
There's an alternate universe where Goblin wins this set. We're just not living in it.
I guess not. I mean, I'm actually surprised Ness lived, to be honest. Like, granted,
And
that
Rumble.
was center-ish. But those are some short blast zones on Town and City. Some rock solid DI from Bestness.
No doubt. Taking advantage of that floatiness, not getting thrown off by Goblin, just intercepting that PK Thunder earlier in the game. And Bestness just showing such great composure. Has, of course, I don't think we mentioned this here, a very prominent Roy in region in Utah in the form of Kree. So it's not a matchup he's wholly unfamiliar with, but really showed mastery of that particular character in that particular matchup right there across all 4 games. Even the one he lost.
The East and West tournaments are not region locked by any means. The time zone difference is the biggest reason why we have 2 tournaments, because 7 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. Eastern are very different for both coasts. So not everybody can play at 4 o'clock Pacific for the East tournament. So we just run 2. So if you can only participate in one, then we have you covered with a time that reaches as many people as possible. But it's not like only East Coast people can play on the East Coast and same for West. And if you want, you can play in both.
Certainly.
We're getting ready for the next matchup right now. I think we're waiting for a game to play through. So we're going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. We got more of the West coming up.
What's going on, guys? Luke Money Brew here, and this week, Esports Arena is going online. Yep, that's right, online. That means Monday through Sunday, we're gonna be hosting tournaments every single day for all different types of gaming communities. We wanna hear from you about which games you want us to run tournaments for, but in the meantime, I think we got some stuff you might like. And did I mention thousands of dollars in prizing? Actually, I don't think that I did. Anyway, I got some of my friends here to shed some light on the situation, so we're gonna hear from them first.
Hey y'all, Yeso here. We're gonna kick off the week with Summoner's Rift action on Monday nights. $500 in prize pool. Better see y'all there.
Hey guys, if you don't know already, we're doing online tournaments. Kicking off Tuesday, Warzone, you gotta be there. Kill Race tournament, squads, don't miss out, all right guys? It's gonna be a $10 entry fee as well as a $1,000 prize pool, guys. So let's not miss out on that one because, boy, you don't wanna get sent to the gulag.
On Wednesdays, we have Fortnite 2v2 box fights. Grab your favorite duo for a prize pool.
What's going on? I'm Haloran, one of your community managers. Get ready. Thursday nights, we're going to have Smash Ultimate. We'll do 2 of them, 7 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. You want to be there for your chance at a $500 prize pool, and maybe I'll cast you.
Oh! Nice back air! There it is. That's game number 3.
You got this?
Yeah, I got this. On Fridays, we're going to be doing Team Fight Tactics tournaments. Again, there's going to be 2 tournaments, one at 7 p.m. PST and one at 7 p.m. EST. Each player is going to have a $10 entry fee, but they're competing for a $300 prize pool. So get those galaxies ready and let's see what we can do. Oh, did I mention we're going to be streaming as well? Walmart.com/esports arena. I'll take over.
Hey guys, let's not forget about the last tournament of the week, Sunday, Fortnite Custom Duo Tournament. Make sure to grab your partner because there's going to be a prize pool. You're not going to want to miss it. Okay guys, see you guys there.
So there you have it. No matter what you're into, we're going to have thousands of dollars in prizes on the line all night, every night of the week, Monday through Sunday. But what are you into? Let us know. But until then, we'll see you there when Esports Arena takes your home from competitive gaming online.
The past 4 years at Esports Arena, we really didn't know what our identity was. We tried our pro tournaments, we tried running content pieces, we tried doing music events, we had our memberships. We realized that the community just always kept coming back for our local tournaments, for every Wednesday night, every Friday night, every Thursday night. So then it hit us. Series E is going to revolutionize the esports industry. You as a competitor now have consistency to come and compete. You get to keep coming back and let it count for something. That opportunity to get paid by Esports Arena, to get paid by a major brand that's helping support this league, this foundation, because so many times the dollars stop at the pro level. They stop there. They never trickle down to the guys like us, the guys that had the dreams, that wanted to make it, to become a pro, but never had that opportunity because they lived in somewhere in Alaska or somewhere in Idaho. No offense, Idaho, I like you guys, you're still cool, potatoes. But when you don't have that opportunity, like a guy who's from LA or a girl who's from LA or New York or these major cities that have esports tournaments that go all the time, where can you start? Where do you go? Where do you become a pro? How can you do that? How do you get paid? How do you get noticed? How do you get recognized? It doesn't exist. There's not a clear path there. It's a randomized system. You gotta be good. Don't get me wrong. You've gotta be good and you gotta compete, you gotta play. But it's hard when you got a full-time job and you got a full-time student, you got bills to pay. You can't commit yourself 100% to esports. Esports Arena wants to change that. We are gonna change that. You're gonna get $1,000 a month in pay from Esports Arena. We're gonna travel you across the country to compete against other people just like you. That's the feeling that I'm looking at that 8-year-old and I'm thinking, man, this person could become a professional gamer, but how? Now they're gonna start their path at Esports Arena and they're gonna compete to become that next pro, to become that next influencer, to become that next superstar. They're gonna start at Esports Arena. That's what Series E is all about. Opportunity for everyone to be your first step in esports.
Welcome back to Esports Arena. Lauren Bronkopoulos commentating for you this evening. On to the west side, losers semifinal. Our next matchup, Sharp, we saw them earlier, taking on Frog. I'm hoping they play Greninja. I'm looking at the bracket, and I'm not mad, Bronk. I'm just disappointed. Like, if you're gonna name yourself Frog, you see where I'm going with this? You see what you see?
I guess you know, that type of continuity is always appreciated, but
it would be on
Bayonetta. The Bayonetta's okay. If it's not, although Bayonetta's pretty far, at least it's not what I'm trying to say here.
I feel like Joker could be Bayonetta's son.
See it?
3, 2, 1, go!
You don't see a ton of competitive Bayonetta in Ultimate. There are folks like Lima still carrying the torch. While this character is nothing at all like what they were in Smash 4, what they were capable of, I still think they have some stuff.
Oh, no question. Already going into some of these witch twists, although that time going to be perfectly timed and interrupted by Arsene coming out.
Sharp's SDI game is going to have to be on point, though. One of the biggest detractors of playing Bayonetta competitively is that if someone knows how to just wiggle their way out of some of these low percentage combos, Bayonetta feels like a fundamentally broken character.
Question. I mean, your success against this Frog manages to find the witch time is pretty much directly proportional to how well you can SDI in this particular matchup. Because getting out of witch twist combos and the difference between taking 10 and 15 versus 30, 35, 40, maybe even more if your DI isn't good, that can definitely make a difference.
Frog looked to be comfortable hanging out underneath Sharp on that platform. Didn't get punished for it. Looked like they're actually fishing for some kind of opening. Ariel's gonna miss, dash attack, trying to keep pressure on. Sharp, though, on the receiving end of the grab. Oh. Huh. I didn't think that would kill.
That back air covers quite a long distance, but not only that, has the kill power even without Arsene, and dare I say, without Arsene, that's Joker's primary kill option more than any smash attack.
Would agree. But look how quickly this Arsene meter's... Oh! Those multi-hits you were talking about earlier just rapidly drained that meter.
Right. I think there's a total of 30 seconds in that meter if nothing hits it, but every hit, no matter how little or how much damage it does a minimum of half a second. So if you connect like 4 to 5 hits in quick succession, that's like the smallest hit with 2 seconds for any other.
Yeah, in that, I hadn't really considered that aspect, but it makes this matchup a little more difficult for Joker.
Yeah, it's definitely one of her saving graces for Bayonetta, even though, you know, on paper, this is not something you even want to play if you have the choice.
I mean, off of that little exchange, they got 29%. That is not bad damage from Zero. Tries to get the combo going again. Sharp looks to intervene. Gets the drag down on the up airs, though.
The range of the A-Hall, but Sharp makes up for it by finding the grab.
Big boy's out to play. Frog needs one opening to melt this meter, but not going to do it before this dash attack comes through.
Interestingly enough, Frog actually not staying on the Angel platform while that meter goes down, just goes in directly for the attack. Perhaps knowing that the multi-hits are going to work to Bayo's advantage.
I think it depends on the mood. Sometimes I hang out on the platform, but if I feel like I got like shorted on an exchange, it's like, all right, it's like the stock version of run it back. It's like, okay.
Yeah. I think another aspect of it, which people don't necessarily talk about, is, you know, is Joker positioned well? Because if they're off the stage and they find like an aerial off the stage deep into the blast zone, you've just regained stage control for free. Whereas if they're in center stage already, you know, they have Arsene, that's an easy counter.
Sharp takes a moment on the ledge, up smash.
One finds the back air though. Ooh. Oh my god, what does make it back?
Not too many characters are gonna be able to put the pressure on you off stage like that. Frog was out there living life way off stage.
And sometimes you just have the ability to go for it. And Frog, of course, with those multiple up specials, had the ability to occupy the space beneath the ledge, and with Arsene being out, you have that, of course, the different recovery, and you can't necessarily tether from the side like you could with solo Joker.
Yeah, the return to the stage, not nearly as guaranteed as Joker generally enjoys. Wondering if we're going to see a shift in stage. You know, I'm still a little salty that Frog doesn't play Greninja, but I like the Bayonetta.
It's a good fit.
Oh. Sharp said, you have not yet seen my final form. It's Wolf. My final form is Wolf.
This is one of Bayo's, if not the worst matchup for Bayo in the entire game, knowing that it's so difficult considering Wolf is obviously a fast faller to... There we see it already, just SDIing straight out and falling out once again, twice in a row. The fact that you pretty much need to get him 5 times, you need to take advantage of Wolf's subpar disadvantage to even have any shot.
Yeah, the task of winning neutral is going to be a very heavy burden for Bayonetta just based on raw character dynamics. Like you mentioned, the fast fall, being able to SDI out that much more easily. Bayonetta kind of relies on these low percentage combos to get their opponent up to 60, 70% and then play the game. But
not only that, the fact that grounded Witch Twist is punishable on shield by up smash. So you pretty much have to approach in the air, which already leaves you one-dimensional.
Sharp seems to understand the parameters of the matchup, looks to be comfortable letting Frog lead the proverbial dance.
That's an
and
easy
finds a back air. Surprised that was the strong hit, but here we are.
Strong hit of Wolf's back air isn't necessarily placed where you think it might be, or where you know, compared to other
Should be.
characters might be, it's sort of like diagonally outward from the edge of the foot.
What did Bayonetta just say? I don't think I've ever heard that voice line from Bayonetta.
The original Japanese line, I don't know why they didn't replace it, but here we are.
I was strong at that time, but we're really seeing all the reasons why this is a tough matchup. But if your opponent serves themselves up for a free up smash, that ain't bad.
Flash is good, but it's not quite that good.
Charges to parry, settles for the back air follow-up. Enough to pick up stock number 2.
3 rolls in a row, actually crossing up, breaking Frog's ankles.
Hit him with the jukes. Slides under the gun blast. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. That was probably the most damage we've seen him really get off of these aerial combos. Which isn't saying a lot because it's a little rough.
The use of the firewolf in the other direction, and he's getting that snipe with the blaster like every time. That's bonus damage, which obviously is chip by chip.
What is that?
Oh my god!
No! No!
I refuse to believe that.
No!
Just enter the mind of Sharp for a second. You're Wolf. You flashed 4 times in a row. It hasn't worked. Do you disengage or try and go for a kill the traditional way, or do you just decide, nah, let's go for it a 5th time?
Brock, we don't live in this world. We don't. I thought it was a meme. It had what?
Well, this is the world we inhabit, my friend. This is.
I guess so.
Mhm.
That was like the no mix-up, non-mix-up. It was like, Frog was like, he's not going to go for this a 5th time. He can't. He won't. I guess he can.
And he did. Although, saying that, the easy option for Frog is clearly just descending off the platform, because not only was it the same option, it was the same angle on Wolf Flash as well, all 5 times, angled upward. I guess you might be fearful that he angles it downward the 5th time, but...
Yeah, I think after the 3rd consecutive Wolf Flash, like, on cooldown, you respect the conviction enough and just hold shield and like, all right. I am not shocked to see that Frog would want to change characters. I'm a little sad that it's a turtle.
At least
and
it's
not,
green. At least
you know, I'll take it. Big Greninja.
It ain't easy being green. Having said that, you know, this is one of the characters that Wolf actually does tend to struggle against, particularly because Fair does shut off a lot of options at his advantage. You are going to have a hard time getting out of certain combos, especially off of throws, and when you fall into stuff like that, that can really get the hurt on.
And Bowser being incredibly healthy, or heavy, also mix things up. Normally, Wolf is like, oh, that's a new stock. 158? Perhaps not.
That rising down special.
Did you saw that? I was like, that's...
I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
That's bold. Because if you mess that up, that's how you end up in the wrong kind of top 5.
Even though this isn't one of Wolf's best matchups, one thing that does really serve him well is the fact that Bowser's roll animations are so terrible, making it really easy for Wolf to tech chase with perhaps F-tilt or down smash, even up smash.
I mean, you say this isn't a great matchup, but it feels like Bowser's
certainly looking
eaten alive by these forward airs. And I'm sure I'm sure Bowser's used to throwing these fairs out nonstop. Oh. Frog said, keep your wolf flesh. Oh. Did you see the controller calibration?
Just making sure the analog stick works.
Yeah.
Like there into dash attack actually.
Missed grab.
Oh no!
Oh no! And Frog sees and decides to test his controller out as well.
Look at that nair.
Oh. 32.4 is gonna have to be enough.
And we're seeing Frog be very aggressive with some of these down airs, which either means Frog has a habit or he's gonna mix them up at one point with down special, and I think it's the latter. Just depends on when it's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, aggressive's one word to describe it. I was gonna say impatient. Like, he is just, as soon as possible, going for these down airs and things like that. And Wolf is fast enough a character where he can get a hit in and then just casually wait for you to just try to quickly respond. Sharp. Hey, man.
Calm down, buddy.
Dash attack gets stuffed out by the get up attack. Grab, up throw. And Sharp, this is not a guaranteed win by any means at this point. Oh, well, well. I mean, I'm just gonna stop saying stuff like that. Because I feel like I've been jinxing people all night.
It's not the conventional way of getting a victory, and I think, you know, you do have to realize that Flash is only good if you're not expecting it. Hitbox that's going to beat it out, as we saw with down air there. It doesn't have the best priority in the world, so you can easily swat it out of the air.
Gonna be moving on to game 4. Do have Sharp enjoying the 2-1 lead. Winner of this faces Goblin in losers finals. All the while, there's the Earthbound Baller, Best Ness, waiting winner side grand finals.
The Bayo wasn't the option. The Bowser wasn't the option. Just climbing the tier list now.
Sure, there's someone watching this. They're like, oh, put the training wheels on. Time to play. He wants free neutral airs. But even so, Sharp is off to a hot start.
Really ambitious with that forward air. And again, another flash in neutral. I think you have to expect that one.
Bronx, sometimes you gotta dare to dream it. 46 to 109. Up smash, spot dodge, do it again.
Also landing with dash attack and stuffed out by Fair again.
Oh. Sharp is being very liberal with these side Bs, just like, yeah, I'll go for it. Up smash just misses, dash attack also, forward smash. We got Jukes out here. Yeah, Sharp is making sure it works. Yeah. Just testing out the control stick, guys. That's it.
Avoid the back throw, but not the side. Oh, he's living.
I was surprised. Frog's controller looks to be functioning properly.
With a grab, good realization that he didn't have the real estate to find that down throw dash attack, probably nor the percent.
Neutral Air is poking at the shield, looking for the opening. Dash attack. Solid lead move for Palutena. Forward tilt going to get punished by the down throw. Both of these characters are really good at chipping away at their opponents here, sub 75 or so. That was an option.
Just places when you're directly near the ledge where you can go for it a bit more risk-free, especially knowing that Palutena doesn't necessarily have a fast horizontal option to punish.
Something that hasn't been a factor. Palutena's down tilt is extremely good at landing the 2-frame. Fortunately enough for Sharp, he really hasn't had to worry about the ledge too much. Ooh.
Decisive with that Naren, popped up by the dash attack.
Yeah, you can't really throw the explosive flame out there that close. But catches him with the last bit of the up air, the part that mattered. Now we have Frog with a lead.
Just choosing to disengage after that F tilt onto shield instead of going for the grab. Even with Palutena's amazing grab range.
That back air comes out so quick. Just up close. Paying for it now. Whoo! And like that, Sharp has brought this all the way back.
Just that jump to avoid the explosive flame.
Drops in, gets the back air. Gotta hang on that shield a touch longer, buddy. Dash attack into the forward tilt back the other way.
Right into the up smash.
Ooh.
All of a sudden, this is anyone's game. Oh no, he rolled around it!
This shouldn't. I was about to say. Okay. Frog not gonna get too many more chances than that. Forward tilt right at the ledge. Get up. Goodbye.
Great ledge drop game towards the end there. You could see that Frog had a really difficult time really escaping ledge because, you know, you jump, you're meeting a back air. You roll, you're meeting an up smash. You get up attack and you whiff, you're eating an up smash. Or you hit shield, you're eating an up smash. You get up in place, you're eating an F tilt. Things, and you could be hit by multiple options.
It's a rough situation to be in. That is for sure. Sharp moves on 3-1 into the waiting arms of Goblin. Roy Extraordinaire.
This will be interesting. I don't know who Sharp plans to go here. He's used multiple characters to get to this point in bracket. Of course, throughout the Wolf there. The Joker to begin this.
I feel like if you're feeling confident in your fundamentals, Wolf is probably the way to go. Not that I'm saying if you're not confident that you should play Joker, but it's just Joker's lethality is more of a seesaw battle. Like, is Arsena, it feels like a very different matchup entirely. Whereas Wolf is just like a steady, consistent threat from beginning to end. And against a character like Roy, having high priority moves like neutral air, being able to wall people out with forward air, and just having a meaningful projectile, I think that brings a lot to the table against Roy.
One thing I worry about in the Wolf-Roy matchup is Wolf's particularly poor out of shield options, and the fact that, you know, he's unable to mitigate a Roy that likes to use up special quite liberally, which, again, that fits Goblin to a T, but he can go in with some of the quick hitboxes, some of the lingering hitboxes if he manages to pick the right timings. But Joker, you're avoiding that particular aspect of the matchup because you can counter, you can challenge the disjoints a bit more easily, especially with Arsene. Having said that, your out of shield game is almost as bad. And the fact that your movement options, your consistency of a threat level isn't going to be at its peak the entire match. Whether you want to deal with that or whether you want to deal with perhaps the fact that you might be shield trapped, you sort of have to pick your poison.
Yeah, I'm not super envious of Sharp right now. I think there are valid reasons to go either way. If you would ever like to find yourself in a similar predicament, we've been doing these online, Super Smash Thursdays. Feel free to sign up in the coming weeks. It's like $10 for each tournament, and each one has their own $500 prize pool. Not a bad way to spend your Thursday evening.
Certainly not. Why not make a bit of cash on the side if you think your skills are good enough?
Secure the bag. I think Cole should change his name to Bagman. Get it? Because it's like he's like, oh, there's a bag. The bag signal. Think about it.
I think that'd be stealing from Louis money, personally.
All right. Like you stole the top hat, vest, and sweatpants.
We're not getting into this. We're not getting into this.
No? Okay. Okay. Our competitors are in the lobby, just waiting for them to get the proverbial show on the road. And it looks like it will, in fact, be Joker coming out to play here in Losers Finals. It's going to be Goblin taking on Sharp, who looks to have quite a bit of momentum. Who wants to face Best Nest? Let's find out.
Sharp going through with that AHA, just keeping his distance to start, but a bit late to react to the grab. Goes right back into that second down tilt.
Looking for the 2-frame there, just off. Arsene already out the play. Keep your neutral air, Sharp says. Up throw, gets the up air afterwards. DLC chic, by the way.
Again, though, for the same reason that a lot of characters like to go for multi-hits, whenever you grab Joker with Arsene, go for as many hummels as possible for the exact same reason. They deplete the meter faster than any normal move would.
Drop in up air. Will connect. Not able to set up the first stock of the match.
Pulls that tether, but right in the face of that, Sharp finds that back air. With the Rebellion gauge almost 2/3 full, Goblin has to get the stock. Toronto.
That was very much akin to threading the needle because there were a lot of hitboxes getting thrown out Sharp's way to be able to get over Goblin. Playing that back air. Not going to be so fortunate enough to avoid that clothesline that was the forward tilt. Pretty much an even game once again.
Red tilt, but Sharp comboing into that down tilt. Has him on top of the platform with that forward air and continuing this string with the AHA.
Couple spot dodges. Up special armoring through the attempt. Arsene has arrived. Moves forward with the gun. That was risky.
Right into Goblin's waving arms.
The fabled Jer. The legend is real. Everything they say. The Jedi, the Force, Jer. It's all true. Down tilt gonna get shielded up. There's the pummel you were talking about.
Leon still adding damage.
I mean, what is going on?
Oh, he fell out.
You look like Fido being a bad dog on the carpet. Back throw at 170 plus. Got him.
Just though, Sharp has to find some way to fill up that meter, because that is going to be a saving grace, if anything.
Sharp has to play this incredibly safely because any solid hit will be able to take game number 1. Goblin finds that up tilt, goes ahead in this best of 5.
If he got hit once, as you mentioned, one strong hit, one hit of the hilt, maybe a couple hits of the weak hit, perhaps on any tilt or aerial, but it was getting to the point where you could hardly avoid even a grab. And on a stage like PS2, with very low top blast zones, why not go for that up tilt as opposed to a traditional F tilt? And if you catch your opponent in this space by that much, it does hit on both sides. It's a great get off me option.
It really is. It felt like there's a definite point of no return range in that matchup. It's like, all right, you get him down to his last stock, but you're already down 90% against Roy as Joker. Did he just move the sheet? He's playing. Okay, let's go, Sharp.
I like the pick. This is his quote-unquote main offline post Sharp #1 in Rhode Island. So this is a character he's really made a name for himself offline with. Online, this may be a bit of a different story.
You just got to be a little zen about it. That's all. Just disjoint your normal timing a bit. Sharp feels confident that he'll be able to do that. I mean, Void pulls off crazy stuff all the time. It's possible. Oh, no. You hate to see that. Side B at the ledge.
How many characters can just eviscerate a stock off the jab at 65?
Yeah, the whole point of a point of no return, that problem doesn't go away by switching from Joker to Sheik. That's for sure.
The jab, and he got the air dodge just a bit too far back.
Yeah, the moment. I was like, not like this, bro.
Almost happened again.
Okay, Needles, up smash.
Okay.
Wow. That was an explosive scream off the up smash trade. Watching at 12:30 on the East Coast. Let's go.
Well, that tilt in the string isn't going to stop at the ledge.
Sharp hanging on to his second stock. Goblin's like, I've seen enough Twitter videos. I know what happens when you stand over Sheik. Oh.
Look at this! Look at the sense of urgency Goblin's playing with whenever he's on top of the platform. Wants nothing to do with even falling straight through.
Sharp showing that he knows how to land these combos on and offline.
How to survive as well, living to 182, which as Sheik versus Roy is pretty rare.
That is a good point. I'm very impressed with his ability to claw his way back into the game. He loses a stock there, but at a $180 against Roy, as Sheik, hard to get more value out of a stock than that.
Certainly efficient.
Finds the jab opening. Goblin dropped the shield a hair late. It's around the side B also. Lunging aerials do give Goblin the opening. Sharp tries to jump back on Needles. Just off on the timing. Jukes him with the up special.
Like crawls underneath.
excellent spacing. At that percentage, aren't going to be too many options to take the stock from there. Having the patience to find the forward smash. Heads up play. Forward air punished by the grab. Suddenly, hang on, Brock.
I'll bring it back here.
Hold the phone.
Good dodge, but swung for the fences.
Gets the back air too. Can you get the edge guard? Needles.
Oh, that's it.
I thought he was gonna go for the bouncing fish, but I was like, oh wait, actually, he's pretty far out there.
Just ran out of room to work with.
Sharp. I see you out here. You said #1 on Rhode Island?
If so.
Okay. Rhode Island, stand up. It's one of the things I really enjoy about these online tournaments is that the opportunities to see Sharp play Goblin probably pretty thin offline. Oh. Goblin took the plate, looked down at the pitch and was like, maybe I need to change the crown.
3, 2, 1.
This has been interesting. Not once in the West, and not once in the East bracket, rather, not once in the West bracket to this point has Goblin felt the need to switch things up.
He may not have needed to if Sharp was out here donating stocks at 0. That was awkward.
Quick unforced error from Sharp, and all that momentum he seems to have gathered from that ending to game 2. It's you can feel it. It's gone.
So there's it. Into the jab. Now, Sharp did play from behind last game to the extent of playing Smash 4 while your opponent plays Ultimate. As a Sheik main, he might want to play Smash 4 Sheik with 2 stocks rather than Ultimate Sheik with 30. Oh no!
Oh my. Not even needing that inner hitbox before to kill with that roll read F smash.
Do not roll like that.
Goblin out of jump.
X DDD. Quick 22. This game can be brought back one neutral exchange at a time, but giving up free percentage cannot happen too often.
How about this? How about this?
I think he just tried to big brain him and catch him with the side B as he was at the height of the.
Look at what he's that thing. For the case is Sharp keeping his distance.
Sharp is starting to make me something of a believer here. He lands a forward smash here and gets rid of this second stock. I feel like if he goes over the 100 mark, it's gonna be. He did last until 180. This one might be. That one got too far away from him. If he did have 3 stocks that game, I think he was in a very good spot to take that. But hey, can't make those kind of errors.
I think what really didn't work out in Sharp's favor was the fact that that stage transformation to 1 without platforms on the stage means that you can't really drag down into any up airs, which you probably need to find your earliest kills as Sheik with the Diamond Cutter. Unless you want to find something off stage, but again, when you ever going to get someone like Goblin into that position consistently.
I want to say Void calls the up air drag down, and then the up smash, the raindrop, right? Yep. Hee All right, game 4. Is this going to be the last of the night for Sharp?
As Goblin is just stationed too close to the ledge.
I look at some of these exchanges and then glance to the bottom of the screen. I'm like, wow, he's at 25%, and Sharp's at 67.
I mean, they were both at 67. They just got there very differently.
It's a hard life, man. Oh. Honestly, don't think Goblin got enough data to discern whether or not Roy or Crom, which one to play.
And then down tilt to F smash, not punish. Ooh. Air dodge is gonna be caught.
Needles were expended there in that trade. Bouncing Fish gonna get parried. Goblin going for the hard options. Smash won't do it just yet, but nice back air.
That doesn't advance forward.
Uh-oh.
The full extent of those magnet hands.
Seen enough SDs tonight. I was not 100% confident that was a ledge grab. Goblin speckling the stage with the side B. Up special. Not going to be able to do it on this tall stage. Bouncing Fish to get over the potential edge guard, and suddenly Sharp has a combo going.
This is up in there and gets another F tilt going.
All this hullabaloo just to even up tilt.
You know what's so unfortunate? I think that would have been the sour hit if Sharp didn't stick his leg out.
I think you're right. Sharp just off on the timing to get the down tilt punish. Unable to get the drag down. Presence of mind to shield up the up special that comes out. Gets the grab, and Sharp is keeping the pressure on right now.
Smash to put a bit of a stop to it, as well as the neutral B.
Critical moment here for Sharp. He cannot take a side B at the ledge here. He's got to get back to center. Goblin understands that, just keeping him off. Free percentage getting racked up on these recoveries, but again, Goblin is not at all hesitant to throw these up specials out. Wow.
Not at all hesitant to throw the side specials out either.
I mean, that was clear across the stage. I was about to say, there's no way you survived that up air that high. 48.1 is going to have to be close enough a gap for Sharp to cover. If you want to see game 5, he has full needles and a dream.
Good job with the fair this time. Another fair, depositing Sharp off stage at 107.
Ooh. There's an opening. What do we get? 19.1. Up tilt on the platform. That is for sure gonna do it.
We have it. This stage is set for grand finals. Goblin advancing past Sharp. into the path of Best Ness for the rematch.
Goblin wants the run back. That was a 3-1 best of 5 between Best Ness and Goblin. And now he's back. Coming in through loser side, the grand finals to challenge Armada's own Best Ness.
And if I'm Goblin, I want this rematch too, given how badly the Goblin got slapped up in Winners Finals.
It got pretty decisive. A lot of the magnet up air grab combos look to really overwhelm some of the neutral fundamentals the Goblin had. I'm concerned for him if he throws out the up specials to the frequency we just saw in this last series. Because like they work a good amount of the time, but it's just when you're up against a character that has a reliable kill throw, reliable kill confirms, landing in free fall off of a missed option, that is a spooky prospect to me.
That's a recipe for disaster if I've seen one. Goblin certainly knows how to make at least that situation dissipate a little bit, having taken a game against Best Ness. But again, if you can string that together on multiple occasions, punish Best Ness for going for these really brave, I don't want to say brave because he makes them work at a frequency I've never seen before, but high risk, high reward options.
He's definitely one of the flashiest players you're going to find in competitive Smash Ultimate. I think 2 big things have to happen here for Goblin. Watch the up specials and be patient enough to not try to trade or beat out a neutral air. I think there were a lot of times where the hitbox of Ness's neutral air just made it really hard for Roy as a character to approach, because it's like, you want to get full value out of your attack, so come on in. But I can do a lot of things in rapid succession. So you just have to really pick and choose, find your moments. But he's warmed up. He's coming in hot.
Yeah, no doubt. Best Ness already back in the arena here, so we should be getting this one going any second now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I imagine Best Ness's game plan is just do Best Ness things. It's like, well, you know, I'm not sure what adjustments really need to be made. Although I don't have a deep understanding of Ness as a character anyway. I just know I run into one in quick play and they like side B a lot.
I do tend to do that.
I saw on Twitter someone had this animation that they made for Smash Brothers characters, and like
I saw that.
Yeah, everything was going well for all the characters, and then randomly Ness gets like destroyed. I'm sorry. I couldn't help but notice a couple of question marks as the character selection here going into grand finals.
Not only that, we're getting a DLC showdown between Goblin's Hero and Best Ness's Violet.
Best Ness, consistent streamer, ever the entertainer.
Showman.
This feels like the equivalent to the action movie where at the final fight, one of the characters is like, put the gun down. Just fight me. And then the guy with the gun actually puts the gun down.
What are we watching? What are we
Shenanigans. That's 26.7, by the way.
That level 2 side
Fun
is
and
so
interactive.
powerful. That's the ledge. I actually got the drag down of up air, which is very difficult to do as Violet.
I haven't played Byleth in a while, but I really like the character. Plays like a heavy dark pit. Air dodge. Goblins return to the stage is short-lived. Looks for the landing back here. Ooh, yeah, landing above Byleth is not always the funnest. That's like I could have sworn I was landing on a stage.
Woo! Landing with down air though, leaving Goblin at very low mana.
Hero's gonna need to go through the concussion protocols after eating that down air. Oh no!
Just early on, crit might end it, but instead just gonna get 60% off the F snap.
He went from 8.8 to 69.7. Good grief.
Character doesn't have to move that to 61, am I right?
I was like, we can't get 3 of these.
The Clang going, this is gonna be a test. We got it!
Sensational timing.
Charge Death Smash might have been faster, but Death Smash found the timing either way.
I'm impressed. Oh no! And then Goblin has time to just making sure his controller works. Now, Bronk, if this goes to Grand Finals resets, do you think they stay? You think they keep on the question marks?
Good point, because if this does go to a reset, this is effectively a $75 random money match.
It's starting to feel that way, huh?
There's actual stakes here.
I mean, these aren't bad rolls of the dice. I feel like the onus is more on Goblin to have a better understanding.
Got him Stitch already.
I think between both of these characters, like if you've never played one of them before and you get thrown in this situation, I'd much rather play Joker.
I think that's true. You really need to have these combos on point. Because it's not, I don't want to say it's not easy to get 60, but Peach mains can do it.
Yeah, I think a lot of what makes her a strong threat competitively requires intense understanding of the character. Up smash, by the way. Arsene sends his regards.
At the very top level, this is a matchup we're quite used to seeing with MKLeo and Samsora. Of course, with these two, without as much character familiarity, I think Bestness has played Joker a couple times as a pocket.
If you can 3-0 MKLeo with Piranha Plant, you can play anybody.
Fair point.
Oh. Nice throw. I get hit by that. So the drag down doesn't get it. Down smash put. Arsene is back out.
Right though, meaning that he's gonna live with Arsene out. So regrab.
Just off on the timing there. Certainly an opportunity to pick up the first stock. Dash attack, by the way. Oh! That's unfortunate.
God, hit the floor.
Oh. Couple of C's worth of thickness on that backer.
So much for that.
You went down there. Wait. Wait a second. The two bullies in the random grand finals.
It's working now? Alright. Sorry for the audio issue, everyone. We should be back to normal now as we get this third game underway between Goblins, Pac-Man, and Best Messes Incineroar.
Looks like we're seeing the beginning of game numero cuatro.
I guess we're seeing the end of it, rather. Protecting himself with the Galaxian. Oh, the up air's enough.
The moment he went for up special at the ledge like that, I was like, putting yourself in free fall. That can get tough. Goblin doing the contractual obligation. Throwing out the forward smash on the hydrant immediately. Ring him up.
He went for the dash attack after the hit stun, but he found the up smash.
I think that was a misinput, but he closes out all the same. Unlucky.
I mean, you have to take those if you're Goblin.
I mean, they're playing question marks. Sometimes you get Joker, sometimes you get Incineroar.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I'm not familiar with this matchup, but I can't imagine it ends well for DK.
Best Ness walks up to the craps table, picks up the dice, gives him a solid throw. They bounce off that back wall. Donkey Kong. Oof.
Have to make the best of this situation here. We'll have to see how Goblin's match is. Wall jumps off the side. Just delay himself a bit. Caught by the dash attack as he wants to get up.
I mean, for all the potential woes of this matchup, not feeling too bad. These up airs are eating him alive. Oh! Are we past Ding Dong range?
Might be out of the window, but... Oh, what a catch!
Goblin's like, I got a bit of sauce too, buddy. You know, spike me on stage with Donkey Kong.
Landing hit on Zero Suit down air as well. So massive. The aerial spinning Kong.
See it all the time. Oh.
Not conventional, but it works.
Oh! Pulls him up the up tilt. Bestness going for the edge guard. Gets the forward. He's like, I'll just equalize it.
When you're
But
getting
he pulled the Charlie.
If you're already getting picked apart that hard, why not finish it off, no matter what it costs?
Right hand is warmed up. Dash attack into the back air. Oh!
Spot dodger would have been a finisher with that F smash.
Bestness is walling Goblin out right now.
With just to repel him a little bit.
I feel a side B coming on. Or just like the rawest of headbutts. Just don't think you get the brows up top.
Certainly not. Bestness expanding on Goblin to take game 4 and the entire tournament.
I thought we'd get a wild finish tonight.
Oh,
Wait,
is
what?
that not it? Could have sworn that was it.
I guess we're getting the bonus game. I'm not sure what's happening.
But it's
2-2?
Oh,
This game, I thought it was over. Interesting. So game 5, I stand correct. The zoning kin. See it all the time. This screams, I don't know how to play this character if I'm Goblin.
two types of players. Those who don't know how to play Ken and Ken.
I've dabbled, but I sure as heck wouldn't want to be randomly having the character foisted upon me.
On the boomerang, but not quite close enough to the point where you can't get a fair off of it. But yeah, that's so simple as that.
I mean, he threw that boomerang right in his face. Hello?
A couple of arrows in a row for Bestness. Another back air.
I mean, he was testing his controller earlier.
Oh no! He's gonna. Oh, is he gonna live?
If he somehow made that back.
Get serious. Get serious. Get serious. Get serious. Get serious. Get serious.
What is happening?
Get serious. Get serious.
Well, tosses your leg, as you do as Ken. Oh no! Back air, but not quite enough to find the second.
I suppose Goblin felt the rating was on the wall at character load-in.
Second hit of F-Smash gonna connect, putting him towards that other ledge.
Get serious. Get serious.
That calcium in mid-match.
Does a body good. Oh.
I think Bestness wants the kill with arrow.
Get serious. Bring it on.
going specials only?
I genuinely don't understand what's happening right now.
Very close to being taken off the top. Of course, that Tatsu does manage to get through all projectiles.
Oh, special. Yeah, Brock, when's the last time you seen someone die to a fire arrow?
I think there's a first time for everything. This time for sure. I'm not quite sure what just happened, but in the end, Bestness's Young Link, through a very non-traditional method, is going to come out on top, taking the set 3-2.
Bestness won? Question mark? Congratulations? Question mark? ...
Ellipsis.
Great play up in the grand. That was a best of 5, Bronk. That is an objectively true statement. We did get a best of 5. The random dittos. Solid play from everyone all around this evening. Again, if you yourself want to try to take your shot at securing the bag, Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern, we do a tournament. 7 p.m. Pacific, we do a tournament. Each has their own $500 prize pool. Sign up, get involved, get a chance to be on stream, and run up against some of North America's finest. We got some solid players coming out here on Thursday.
If you want your shot at random dittoing Bestness or Goblin in grand finals and finding yourself on the receiving end of that, or more than likely probably just running through a pretty stacked bracket in general, getting some great practice in, there's just no better chance to do that.
But that's going to round out the 2 tournaments for the evening. Show up next Thursday, but for now, take it easy.
No.
The past 4 years at Esports Arena, we really didn't know what our identity was. We tried our pro tournaments, we tried running content pieces, we tried doing music events, we had our memberships. We realized that the community just always kept coming back for our local tournaments, for every Wednesday night, every Friday night, every Thursday night. So then it hit us. Series E is going to revolutionize the esports industry. You as a competitor now have consistency to come and compete. You get to keep coming back and let it count for something. That opportunity to get paid by Esports Arena, to get paid by a major brand that's helping support this league, this foundation, because so many times the dollars stop at the pro level. They stop there. They never trickle down to the guys like us, the guys that had the dreams, that wanted to make it, to become a pro, but never had that opportunity because they lived in somewhere in Alaska or somewhere in Idaho. No offense, Idaho. I like you guys. You're still cool. Potatoes. But when you don't have that opportunity, like a guy who's from LA or a girl who's from LA or New York or these major cities that have esports tournaments that go all the time, where can you start? Where do you go? Where do you become a pro? How can you do that? How do you get paid? How do you get noticed? How do you get recognized? It doesn't exist. There's not a clear path there. It's a randomized system. You gotta be good. Don't get me wrong. You've gotta be good and you gotta compete. You gotta play. But it's hard when you got a full-time job and you got a full-time student, you got bills to pay. You can't commit yourself 100% to esports. Esports Arena wants to change that. We are gonna change that. You're gonna get $1,000 a month in pay from Esports Arena. We're gonna travel you across the country to compete against other people just like you. That's the feeling that I'm looking at that 8-year-old and I'm thinking, man, this person could become a professional gamer, but how? Now they're going to start their path at Esports Arena and they're going to compete to become that next pro, to become that next influencer, to become that next superstar. They're going to start at Esports Arena. That's what Series E is all about. Opportunity for everyone to be your first step in esports.